everyone, it's Leah from Dime Culture, and today is the first Thursday of September, which you know what it means. It means it's freebie day. So today's video is going to be going over this month's template. Now this month is, I'd like to think of it as a special month because it is a requested one by you guys. So I've been asked several times about how I go about testing my colors, swatching them out, and if I could show you guys. So what I did was I created some templates that you too can have if you subscribe to the mailing list. And if you're new to Dime Culture and this is the first time you've come across me, what happens is every month subscribers to my mailing list get free art templates. So it can be an activity for you to do or something for you to color in. This month is all based on your requests. And what we're going to be doing in today's video is talking about colors, testing colors, and different ways you can go about it. So yes, if you've already received your email or checked your email, it's already in there. If you are interested in getting these templates, there is a link in the description below so you can go and join our mailing list and get in on the fun of the templates. But before we actually start using them and I start going over it, it all started with this, right? So I post videos and reviews and I swatch everything out and I test it in this sketchbook here. So let me show you something. I'm gonna just move this aside, go in here, and I'm gonna just quickly go over some stuff. So I'm a huge color nerd. I mean, like a huge one. I have books about colors. I have books about how colors interact with other colors, how we view colors. I have books about colors and psychology. So when I was in school for marketing, whenever we'd have to write an essay about whether a marketing campaign worked, whether a marketing campaign could work, I was the person that always discussed colors. I was like, in order to project the emotions we would like or to reach the target audience we would like, we need to draw their attention in visually, and I would talk about colors. I have many different ways I go about testing colors, and today's video is about how you can really play with your colors and use these templates to not only help you learn more about color theory and about the supplies you're using, but these templates also take away some of that added unknown stress of doing some art time. Because I know we don't always sit down and know what we want to create or have the drive to create a certain thing. Maybe you just don't feel like drawing flowers, painting a mountain. You just want to relax and play. And one of those ways to relax and play is to honestly just play with your colors. Get to know the supplies you're using. And that's what this month's about. It's educational and relaxing. So one of the other things I do besides this is this huge binder. So I swatch all my colors out. But we aren't going to go too in depth with this because I'm thinking if you guys are up for it, this could be another video about how to go about testing individual colors on a more directed route. So you let me know in the comments below. I might even put a little poll in the corner or something. So yeah, let's get started, guys. So what I do is I created you a fun and basic color wheel for you to make a template out of the template I made. Wow, that's a lot of words of template making. So what it is this piece of paper right here. You have your primary colors, your secondaries, which are all labeled with S's, and then your tertiaries, which is your third color in the line of color mixing. And then I also created a template like this for you, which we will do in a few moments. But basically, this template here is for you to compare and contrast different colors as they mix. This one here, I created a grid, so in case you wanted to do a different way of mixing. So this grid is good for this kind of mixing. And basically what it is you take a color like, say, this intense blue from Winsor & Newton. It's technically a phthalo blue, they call it intense. And what you do is you slowly add a new color. So I was slowly adding in their lemon yellow hue. And it's just a tiny little drop. And you just keep going until you start getting closer to yellow. You can go all the way down. Or you can do what I did here, is I got to the point where it was primarily a very yellowy green, and then I stopped. And then I went over to the yellow side and slowly added in the blue to see if if I could do it without being so overwhelmed by a different color. Because for here, phthalo blue is an intense, strong color. And mixing it in with other colors like yellows, which can be overpowered by it, it can be a little difficult. So by practicing that out in a grid format like this, it could be a good way to get to know how your colors interact with one another. And that's why I created a grid template for you. I know technically you don't need this, all you need is a ruler, but I created one anyways, just in case. So let's actually get into testing out some colors and different ways you can use a color wheel. So what I did was I cut out the circles of my template. So what you're gonna need for today, or when you sit down to actually do this, is you're gonna need your paint, something to mix your colors on. I have 2 things of water here. And the reason why I have 2 things is one is for dirty water and one is for clean water. So what I do is I clean it in the big one, and then I do a secondary cleaning in the white if necessary. In the white. In the clean water one. But most importantly, I get it from the clean water and I make sure this is always clean, so then that way I can pick up colors from my palette. Because you don't want to mix your colors accidentally in the palette before you even get the true colors out to mix. Alrighty, so first, if you are not old enough to use an X-Acto knife, definitely have a parent or a trusted guardian / older sibling / cousin / somebody that is going to be safe for you to do this and will either watch you do it or do it for you, because what I did was cut out the circles so I could put it on here and just quickly tape this down. Ooh, also I use normal printing paper. Be careful, I ripped mine. But I would say use card paper. If you're gonna print it off and do it this way, another way for you to do it is to actually slip it under the paper and then trace over the circles. But yeah, get rid of that. All right, so now I have my color wheel. I'm gonna get started with doing a basic color wheel with the normal primary. So your yellows, your blues, and your reds.
All right, so at this point in the video, I just want to let you guys know that I am speeding up the process of the visuals. That way you don't have to sit here for an hour and watch everything real time, because trust me, there is a lot of brush cleaning in this process of color testing and color wheeling, because it's very important that when you're doing your color mixing, you're using a clean brush. You don't want to accidentally have one brush that's already tinted with another color while trying to mix it. So say for example you had just been mixing your greens and now all of a sudden you want to start working on your mixing your oranges. Yeah, if your brush is already tinted with some bluey green, you're going to be making mud. So we want to avoid that, and that's why I'm speeding this process up. Another helpful tip for when you're going through the process of setting up for doing the color wheel is to have your colors, your primaries, the 3 colors that you're choosing to mix, already pre-selected and put into your palette. So you want to make sure they're the same amount, same consistency with your dilution with the water. So how pigmented is that water? Because when you're mixing them, you want to make sure that you don't have one color that's stronger than the other colors, because then it will overpower while mixing. Now, when actually mixing your secondary colors, the key is to have the same amount of each color. So if you're doing green, make sure you have 1 drop of yellow, 1 drop of blue. It's when you're going into your tertiary colors that you can then add 2 drops of yellow, or maybe 3 drops of yellow, depending on how strong your blue pigment is, for example. Another thing about doing a color wheel with your primaries is that you don't have to do the classic color primaries. You don't have to use yellow, blue, red, or yellow, blue, pink. You know, you can do whatever color combo you want, especially if you're keeping with a small color palette when painting, because simple palettes, a limited color palette, creates more dynamic visuals. So if you're not sure if your orange, purple, and pink colors are going to create good colors of a combo, test them out with your color wheel first. See what kind of secondaries, what kind of tertiaries you're going to get. If you are doing a mostly green, nature painting, test out your blues, a green and a yellow. I've done that, and you'll actually see I show you one of those color wheels in a few moments. This template is quite versatile. Though color mixing is considered to be a science, I find it to be more of a skill that is learned. So the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, and the more you'll understand how your colors mix and why they're creating the certain colors that you're creating. Now, I just had a thought. How about I create a color theory series of videos? That way we can discuss colors in a more directional way, but also their complementary colors and how they work within the color wheel. I'm going to leave that question also up in the poll section that I'm going to be creating. Now, let's get on to the second template I'm going to be showing you guys today, and that is the color comparison one. So when you're doing this, I have it set up so that there's blue on both sides, and the red that I am adding to it is also underneath it. I have it because I have the round wheeled painting palette. It makes it really easy for doing things like this. Now, the trick to actually doing a color comparison, and what I'm doing here, is to see what kind of purples I can get with a warmer red versus a cooler red with my French ultramarine blue. And what you want to do is slowly add in as much red as you want into the blue. So you're going to be just adding it in. You could also do it the opposite if you'd like, but my personal way is to take the main focus color and then start adding in the other color that I want to mix into it. By doing this, it's actually teaching me which colors are the right colors to use for purples. Warm reds with cool blues can actually create muddy purple, where vibrant, more of a cooler red with a cool blue will create vibrant purples. All right, guys, we are reaching the end of the video, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching this. I really hope it was helpful for all of you. If you have any questions, definitely put them in the comment section below. I'll get right to it for you. If you're new to Dime Culture and you just discovered me through this video and you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button. There's a lot of good fun stuff that happens here. Product reviews, painting, how to use art to help heal and de-stress and work through anxiety. Okay, guys, it's about to end. So thank you so much. And until next time, stay magical.